Okay, so I don't see any evidence of any oil leakage after running it for a couple of minutes from electric start. However, it does surge quite a bit, causing the engine not to run smoothly and causing vibration, tremendous vibration that makes a lot of noise. But I'm still going to lift it on its face. I'm pretty sure it's a carb clean. The carburetor seems to be clogged, which is causing the surging. That fuel jet nut needs to be cleaned out because it's probably filled with gunk. Since it's up on the head right now, it runs, but it doesn't run well with the engine. So therefore, I'm going to do a quick and dirty and take that jet off after I clamp off the fuel line so it doesn't flood this place, and take that float bowl off and check out the jet nut and see if it's clogged. That would be one of the reasons why it's surging. So I've clamped off the fuel line and put some rags underneath the carburetor because the excess fuel will drip out. Alright, let's check out this bolt. The hole, the little tiny hole, is clogged. The big hole is a little bit, but you can still see through it, so it's not terrible. But the little hole is definitely clogged, which was causing the surging. It's kind of dirty too. So, you use one of these wires and stick it in that hole. So if you take a look, see that black thing right there at the end of it? That was what was blocking that little hole. That little blockage in that hole will cause it to surge, because that fuel, even though that small hole, can make such a big difference in the way it runs. So there's a big blob of oil stuck there. See the oil residue there? Also at the ends of the nut? That's not good. So it wasn't running well because of that. Hopefully this will have rectified that problem. So I put the plate back, got the bowl back on, carburetor is cleaned, and released the fuel line clamp, and we have no leaks, so it was done properly. Just check the oil again, and it is 3 times what it's supposed to be. So that's our problem, is that somebody filled the oil 3 times as what it's supposed to be. So I have to find a way to drain 2/3 of it. And it's going to be messy because that is the oil drain plug. And so if it drains from here, oil is going to just drip down to here and cause a mess. Unless this thing comes off to drain oil, which I'm going to try. But I'm going to start this baby up and see how it runs after that nut was unclogged. So I tried to primer it, and it just felt like it was just, like no fuel was getting into the primer bulb. So I came down here, and this thing was so brittle that it just cracked. Right there. Gonna have replace this tube with a new one. I didn't have to replace it. I just cut off the end, and it was I rerouted it, so it rerouted it on top of the fuel line, so it had enough slack to be reconnected over there. So that's good to go. Now it'll prime good.
idles well at low idle.